Hi, my name is Ollie. Follow me as I turn this medium wheelbase VW Crafter into a 4-berth off-grid adventure vehicle. So here we have the Crafter. It's a total blank canvas to start with. It's come with a factory floor and it's ply lined. We've taken the bulkhead out. First job we are going to attempt. We're going to fit the R&J swivel seats. So here we've got to unbolt these seats, remove them and bolt in some swivel bases. Quick look in the boxes. Here's the double swivel, it comes in 2 parts, and the driver's swivel. I've lifted the fuse box cover off. All we've got to do is unbolt this, assemble these together and sandwich them in place of the seats. Easy job. With the driver's seat slightly different, all we need to do is remove the top. We don't actually unbolt the base. To do that we use the star drive bits to lift it off. 4, 1 in each corner. Undo those and the top just pops off. So we've removed the double passenger seat and the driver's seat. You may choose to fit a single seat base here and just fit a single seat instead of a double swivel. If you want to do that, you're going to end up with 2 holes left in the floor. If you visit camperlux.co.uk, you can get some delete plates that will slot in here and cover those up. The driver's swivel base is installed and complete. The passenger swivel base is bolted in position. We just need to bolt the seat back on top. The seat's now bolted in. If you look at the back here, there's a piece of plastic missing. Sometimes they send the seats without the piece of plastic at the back. You can buy them from VW or MAN. Same with the back of the driver's seat. The next job we're going to attempt is insulate above the cab. If we don't insulate above here, there's a chance we will get condensation. And then after that, across here, we install a cab locker. With a trim removal tool, pop these off. When inserted the screwdrivers top and bottom, they should now pop out. This is what the connector looks like when it's removed. If you see the 2 little latches at the side, if I push the screwdriver in, it pulls it in to allow you to pull the connector out. This piece here just pulls off. You just pull these pieces and it should come out. Also that whole piece slides off. So then we can see up inside where we need to insulate. There are a few ways to insulate above the cab. So I use this 35mm by 1m Dacron. I'll loosen the sides here, loosen the handles, then I feed it in here. I can then reach my arm up there and grab it, then gently pull it along, and it comes out there. And then I make sure I tuck it right down into the front. So once that's in, I'll then cut it up the middle, make sure it's tucked down the front. I'll then remove along the top here, and then tuck some more down in the top. One of the things with the conversion that I provide, I box all this in with a cab locker that also provides additional insulation as well. I think that might be one of the reasons I've never had issues with condensation. There are other ways to box this in. Some people remove all of this headliner and then insulate against the side of the van, which I'm a bit dubious about doing because I don't really want to break anything as I take this off. I've now got that first layer of insulation in. It's tucked right down. Been able to pull it right down to the front of the van. Same this side, tucked it right down. The piece at the top that's not insulated, so I'm going to tuck a piece now along the top and there, and then fill this up completely with insulation so it pushes against the metal of the van. Right, I've unclipped all the head lining just by pushing these forward. It's a little clip all the way along, and you can just pull it down and look, you can just get some extra insulation tucked in there up against the metal. But you can see it's been quite effective pulling the insulation round the front. It's got right down into the front there, so we don't need to take all the head lining out. So we're just going to tuck some more in there now. I've stuffed the head lining full of insulation now. It's all in there, as much as I can possibly get in there. So the next step, we're going to fit a cab locker above here. So what I need to do is attach some Rivnuts into here, and those Rivnuts attach to a piece of wood that goes across here. That stops it sliding backwards. I've drilled two 9mm holes, one here and one here. Place an M6 Rivnut in there. Then using this Rivnut tool, just squeeze it together and it creates an M6 fixing. This can all now be clipped in, so make sure it's slid in properly, and then just give it a tap. There, job done. Just screw these back up. These clip in and screws back in there. So to place this cab locker on top here, we've screwed in some bolts that we've sharpened the end of. This allows a mark to be placed onto the edge of the cab locker. So when we place it on, we push down like that, makes a little mark, and then we can drill through and get the bolts in the exact place we need. It's now marked, ready to be drilled with an M8 drill bit. It's now in position, ready to be bolted down. If you purchase one of these cab lockers, I provide a couple of spacers and some bolts to put in the corners. The spacers I use to go in here. These don't need to be very tight at all. All they do is stop this board sliding backwards. To complete the cab locker, we've got some aluminium channel that slides on. So we push the front into the channel, we slide it on, and then we just put some Tech screws in there to hold it in place. We then put some B-pillar covers down here and put the front on, and that's the cab locker complete. We're going to do that at a later date. So next job is fitting windows. So I've marked a window here and a window here, and we've also got the bump outs to fit at the back to sleep on the traverse bed. So join me in the next video and follow the build. Thank you.